about that horrible, terrible, bad rumor that y'all broke up. Who did that?
Your sister.
Toni Braxton has finally spoken out, and she didn't hold back. All those wild rumors swirling around Birdman and the Cash Money empire, she's addressed them, and the truth is far darker than anyone imagined.
Toni Braxton? Right, I don't believe they got married. I think that's a lie. The reason why I think it's a lie because Stella not gonna do nothing without Slim being there or Slim knowing something about it.
Birdman's empire, once dripping in luxury and diamonds, is now being linked to bizarre rituals and a twisted energy that seems to be consuming him. And Toni? She may have just confirmed it, without even realizing it. For years, fans saw Toni and Birdman as a mysterious duo, the R&B queen and the street mogul. What looked like a glamorous fairy tale hid something far more dangerous behind those red carpets and private jets.
Weird to me when I got the Cash Money, it was the weirdest thing. I know they had all these artists on the label.
Right.
So I get to the label, and then all of a sudden, they let all the artists go, all the other artists go.
11 Toni Braxton didn't just fall for Birdman's flash. She fell into his world. A world that looked glamorous from the outside, but felt cursed the moment you stepped inside. When she walked away, it wasn't because she stopped loving him. It was because she'd seen too much. That sparkle turned sinister fast. And all the talk about their secret marriage, it wasn't a rumor anymore. It was real. Paperwork moved quietly behind the scenes, and those close to them whispered that something went seriously wrong immediately after they said, "I do." 2 weeks later, the internet blew up. Toni scrubbed every trace of the union from her social media, not out of denial, but as an act of self-preservation. She wasn't dodging embarrassment. She was escaping before the darkness could pull her down too. Those whispers about what really happens inside Cash Money had been circulating for years, about late-night meetings and shady deals. Artists like Juvenile had been warning everyone that things didn't add up behind closed doors, and Toni saw it firsthand. She looked that side of Birdman's world straight in the face, and it terrified her more than any medical battle she'd endured. Lupus, heart surgery, near-death scares. This wasn't a physical fight. It was spiritual warfare. She realized she wasn't just dealing with a man. She was facing an energy that could drag her down if she stayed too close. So she acted quickly, wiped her socials clean, erased their connection, and threw herself back into music and self-care. This wasn't a breakup. It was an escape plan. Meanwhile, Birdman's empire began to show cracks. Cameras caught him looking off, slumped in chairs, dozing during performances, eyes rolling, losing focus mid-sentence. Fans noticed and expressed concern, some joking, some genuinely worried, saying he looked drained like something was eating him alive. Clips circulated faster than his team could manage, and suddenly, the empire built on power and control appeared fragile. BG tried to laugh it off, claiming Birdman wasn't high, just struggling with the teleprompter. But people weren't buying it. His half-conscious appearances hinted at something deeper, like the empire itself was taking a toll. The truth became undeniable. Toni didn't just leave a man. She escaped a machine, a system that looked golden from the outside, but was rotting within that Birdman. So-called rituals weren't about candles or pentagrams. They were about control, loyalty, and total dominance. Cash Money operated like a secret society. Every artist had to prove their loyalty before they could even dream of wearing the diamond-studded logo. Initiations disguised as gestures, matching tattoos, infamous kisses, symbolic gifts, weren't playful. They were pledges. You belong to me now. Birdman's empire ran like ritual theater. Flexing cars, cash, and chains wasn't just for show. It was a warning. Play along or vanish. Artists who refused were erased quietly. Names like Kilo G and groups like UNLV disappeared from the story. Even Lil Wayne eventually pushed back, questioning money, contracts, and family loyalty, exposing a system built on manipulation. Not magic that Birdman's grip started slipping in 2025. Wayne walked off stage during the Hot Boys reunion. Juvenile subtly called out underpayment and sidelining of fellow artists. Drake plotted legal chess moves to gain independence, and Nicki Minaj quietly asserted hers. The biggest stars who built the empire were now finding their own paths, showing that power built on fear and control never lasts. Cash Money transformed from a shiny dynasty into a battlefield where egos clashed louder than beats. Loyalty was tested, alliances shifted, and facade of family melted away. Meanwhile, Toni thrived. Streams for her classic hits surged. Her documentaries about financial independence gained attention, and she walked away with dignity, empathy, and momentum. Birdman, though still in control of Cash Money's keys, lost the heart of the culture. The empire looked intact, but the soul of it had fractured. Behind the champagne toast, the luxury cars, the private jets, the system had been a golden cage. Contracts kept artists indebted, royalties remained opaque, and control dictated everything. The 1998 Universal deal and the infamous 80-20 split became Birdman's blueprint. Loyalty through contract, power through manipulation. Legends like T.I. and Wayne exposed the traps, ghost royalties, and conflict of interest that ensured Birdman stayed on top. While artists chased checks they never fully earned by mid-2025, the cracks became impossible to ignore. Hidden lawsuits, strategic exits, and secret alliances indicated the empire was under siege. Studios, tours, and staff meetings felt like pressure cookers ready to explode. Birdman tried to hold control through micromanaging releases and blocking collaborations, but loyalty had evaporated. The empire that once dominated Southern hip-hop had become a battlefield of chaos, with illusion of power masked the system teetering on collapse. And through it all, Toni's escape was proof. Sometimes survival means walking away, reclaiming your story, and letting the house of cards fall without you. The saga isn't over. Cash Money's next chapter promises more drama, power shifts, and revelations that could reshape hip-hop forever.